Here's the most common pushback to degrowth, and it deserves a serious answer. Isn't degrowth just rich people telling poor people to stay poor? If that's what degrowth was, I wouldn't be making this channel. Let me explain what it actually is and why this critique gets it exactly backwards. I'm D. This one matters. The critique goes like this. Growth lifted billions of people out of extreme poverty, so calling for less growth means freezing inequality in place. It means telling the Global South to stay where it is, while the wealthy keep their privileges. It's degrowth as a luxury belief, a privilege of those who already have enough. It's a serious argument. If it were true, it would be devastating. And it deserves to be taken seriously. But it isn't true. And the reason it isn't true is the most important argument in the entire degrowth literature. Degrowth is not about reducing material standard of living. It's about reducing extraction. Extraction is the throughput of materials, energy, labor, and ecosystems that growth depends on. And here's the crucial fact. Extraction is overwhelmingly directed at the Global South. The richest 10% of the world is responsible for over 50% of carbon emissions. The poorest 50% is responsible for around 10%. The wealthy minority is using ecological space the rest of the world will need to develop dignified material conditions. The wealthy reduce, so the poor can have enough. This is convergence, not leveling down. Jason Hickel, one of the most prominent degrowth economists, puts it this way. There is no such thing as green growth at the global scale. But there is such a thing as a degrowth that lifts standards of living for everyone who currently doesn't have enough. The donut argument applies here. Get everyone above the social floor, meeting basic needs of food, water, healthcare, education, dignity. Get everyone below the ecological ceiling, within planetary limits. The shape of the donut is convergence. Wealthy nations contract, lower-income nations expand. We meet in the middle. And degrowth's intellectual roots are not Western, they're indigenous. Buen vivir from the Andes, Ubuntu from Southern Africa, Swaraj from Gandhi, various Asian sufficiency philosophies. These traditions have been making degrowth's argument for centuries, long before Western academics coined the term. The thinker Arturo Escobar, the Indian environmentalist Vandana Shiva, the Uruguayan economist Eduardo Gudynas, all have been writing about post-extractive development from Latin America and South Asia for decades. The framework that's actually anti-poor is the one we have. A growth extraction model where roughly 9 million people die each year from poverty-related causes, while extraction continues at planet-destabilizing levels to manufacture luxury goods for the minority. Degrowth, properly understood, is the most pro-poor framework in mainstream economic discussions. When you hear degrowth is anti-poor, ask, which version of degrowth? The strawman version that nobody actually advocates? Or the actual version, a justice argument grounded in convergence, reparation, and respect for indigenous economic traditions? The strawman is easy to dismiss. The actual argument deserves engagement. In the next series, we begin to go deeper, topic by topic. First up, the care economy. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Share this one, especially with anyone who's pushed back on degrowth as a privilege argument. Let's build a world that thrives by design, not by default.